Do the pearls look okay though? They look okay? Okay. You think so? Okay. They make me look innocent? Okay. And the gray sweatshirt. Yeah, it looks fresh, but you have to have a gray sweatshirt. Okay. I think I need a little bit more lip gloss. Hold on a second. Accountability. Okay, accountability. Yeah, I can see the teleprompter. Okay, I'm ready. Hey, you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. I'm Peekaboo. I'm YouTube. Innocent Now. Available in 2020. The album, Dad AF. Rock on, Gold Dust Woman. Hold on a second. I'm losing my pearls. Let's get into this video. Okay, I have to tell you, first of all, have you ever had one of those days where you like slept too much and then you wake up and you're really tired? Yeah, that is my day. But I need to get right into this video today. I know I always tell stories and all that kind of stuff, and people are like, you have the longest intro in the entire world. I know. But today I had to have a little limoncello to give me some, I don't know, some clarity of mind to talk about the worst apology video that has ever surfaced on YouTube. And yes, it is Tana Mojo's video, which is titled, I don't know, something like, I had it all titled here, a long overdue apology. It currently has, when I watched it, 592,288 views, 21,000 likes, and 43,000 dislikes. So twice as many dislikes as likes. Everybody is talking about this on the internet. And so I thought, well, I'll talk about it too. I actually put up on Twitter that I wanted to see what you guys had to say, and I thought I would read some of those comments as well. I put it up on Twitter, I think like 3:30 today, and it currently has, hold on a second, 217,000, I wish. It has 218 comments, 2 retweets. Come on, y'all, follow me on the Twitter. And 274 likes. And so we're going to read some of these comments here in just a second. I want to get in and hear what you guys have to say. But I have, of course, many, many notes. You know how I love to take the notes. So let's just get into this video. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of notes. And then I also have a spelling test for Tana Mojo. So, well, actually, let's just get into that right away. So, people were asking me like what I thought about this video. I watched it yesterday, and it was 14 minutes long. 14 minutes and, I don't know, what did I say? 14 minutes and 46 seconds long. And I watched it yesterday, and I literally thought it was like, I'm not joking. Like, I thought this video feels like it's like 30 minutes long. It was like one of the longest videos I feel like I've ever watched that's 14 minutes, you know? And then I actually just watched it over here while I was taking my notes, and I got done with it, and I was like, like I literally said that out loud. My husband's upstairs right now laying in bed because it's our dog, Boo and Tucker's birthday, so they've got all their new toys up there in bed and all that kind of stuff. We bought them new toys for their birthday. They're 11 years old today. They've never spent a day apart in their entire life. By the way, I just want to say, I am almost to 6,000 subscribers on my new channel, Peter Does Stuff, linked below. I haven't even posted a video over there, you guys. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. I also have new merch on my merch shop, so go check it out, listed below. It has good Judy stuff and family friendly and Be Too Much and all of that. Okay. But so I started getting all these comments about it and people asking me what I thought about this, and it just was like, I watched it yesterday, I watched it today, and I was like, this is just too much. This is just way too much. So I started taking these notes. I do want to say this, though, okay? You know, everybody's talking about, is it scripted, is it not scripted? I want to read some words to you, okay? And I actually didn't even start doing this until halfway through the video. So I came up with all of these words that were in the video that I don't believe, and maybe I'm wrong, I could be, that I have ever heard Tana Mojo use these words in a real sentence in real life, IRL, before in my entire life, okay? And there was actually kind of moments of the video that I felt like the real Tana came through, and I'll explain why I think that is in a second. But these were the words that she used that I thought, I would love to know if she really truly understands what these words mean. Sufficient, performative activism, sprinkling in, coincided, resonate, anger, ego, pride, analogy, intensively evaluate, accepting that truth, perceived my actions, hearsay, racial terminology, anecdotal drama, journey, imperative, non-performative ally, and assessing the character. I literally do not believe that I have ever heard Tana Mojo use those words in a sentence before. Do I think that Tana Monn, given her depth of language skills, could sit down and script that out for herself? No, I do not believe that she would use those words. And I'm real over the whole scripted apologies anyway. We've now seen it from Jeffree Star, we've seen it from Tana Monn, we've seen it from Shane Dawson, we've seen it from so many people. So I want to go in here and I want to do a little bit of a history lesson. You know, Laura Lee gets this bad rap for being like the worst apology in the entire world, which I criticized at the time too, okay? And gave recommendations for what I thought should happen and all this kind of stuff. I went back actually today and I watched Laura Lee's apology video. And there's a lot of things to criticize about the video. But one thing that you cannot criticize is that it is, like people, like when you go back, there's like all these videos where it's like they're like trying really hard. It says like, they have words linked in, you know, trying really hard for this and trying really hard for that. And it's like bad acting and whatever, okay? I don't know, like in retrospect when I watched that video, there seems to me like I would rather have somebody get on video, honestly, and cry their eyes out over the fact that they're losing everything they worked so hard for because they effed up and they realize it in that moment and they just cannot believe that like this is what's happened and I don't want to be that person, versus somebody coming on and giving me a scripted apology that means absolutely nothing. And there's a moment in this video that Tana proves to the world that she doesn't understand anything that she is talking about, therefore has taken no accountability and has learned nothing from this experience. And I'm going to tell you the exact moment that it was, and it was when she was talking about Simplyness. And when I watched this part, I was like, she has no idea what she's talking about. None whatsoever. Somebody wrote this out for her. Now, what I do believe happened was, I do believe that it was a PR person that sat down with her and said, we're going to script, or a team, and said, we're going to script out this apology for you, but we need your input, because we need your pieces where you come in and you're Tana Monn, okay? Because if you watch it, there are moments that go in and out, where you feel like it's just Tana talking to the camera, it's where she uses very foul language, and then it goes in and she's using words like anecdotal drama, okay? I don't even know that I would ever use anecdotal drama in a sentence, let alone Tana Monn coming up with that, okay? So for me, it was those moments that were just like unbelievable. And there was actually a moment at the very end when she was talking about self-pity and emotions, and she could say she's in a dark place, and I didn't understand why she went to that language, that very mocking language of other apologies that she's done or other people have done. And it was this moment that you're like, you just proved that the rest of the 14 minutes and 30 seconds of this video, that 15 seconds was you and the rest of it was completely fake. It's just, the whole thing is so contrived. I really, to be honest, I think from the gray sweatshirt, which let's just be for real, okay? That is such a joke in the whole, I mean, of anything she could have chosen to wear, and maybe it was white, I don't know, and came across as gray on camera, but it looks pretty gray to me, okay? Of anything that you could choose to wear to do your apology video, green, red, black, white, anything else, okay? Purple, orange, you know, I don't know, azure, any other color that moss from J. Crew, you choose to use a gray sweatshirt, which you know is the biggest joke, okay? In drama videos and drama people and people on the internet talking about these apology videos, number one. Number two, she's got pearls on in this, okay? Can we talk about that for a second? I have never seen Tana Monn in pearls, and maybe I don't watch her close enough, but like my mother, I think this is actually a set of my mother's from like the 50s, okay? I don't see a lot of people wearing pearls unless they're going to court and they're testifying, and they're told to look a certain way, and pearls kind of achieve that, I guess. Or unless you're over 75. Now, I've got friends of mine today, I'm like, do you guys still like pearls? Like my one good Jitty, she was like, I love a good set of pearls, you know? And I think they're elegant. I've never seen a 22-year-old wear pearls in an apology video with a gray sweatshirt. It's something like my cousin would have done in high school, not for an apology video, but you know what I mean? Although, my cousin Caroline, trust, she had a lot to apologize for. So anyway, let's get into this video. Hold on a second. And I want to talk about these tweets in just a second, so I will. But, okay, those are the first things I wanted to say. You know, and I'm just like, all of these apology videos, it's just like, they're such a joke anymore. You know, why can these people who have built their careers on just talking to their audience, not just talk to their audience and be like, I effed up, you guys. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I did those things. I don't know what was going on with me at that time. Like, I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, but like, to just get on there and like, it's just so phony to me. It just is so phony. And then what it makes you think is, have they ever been real with their audience? Like, if this is an act, is it all an act? And that's what I'm starting to think, you know? I'm gonna have to wear my reading glasses through the majority of this video, I apologize. There's my apology video. Of course, she uses all the catchphrases: accountability, change, responsibility, gaslit, and she's so sorry. She says she's so sorry through this entire video. Well, let me tell you something. One of the reasons why I'm not big on the word I'm sorry, and it just, every time I heard her say it, I was like, I felt like I was looking at myself at 18, because I said I'm sorry so much when I was growing up, you know, and if you don't know, I've been sober for 25 and a half years. I got sober when I was 22 and a half. And so many times when I was growing up, I would just look at my dad for something I would do, you know, like whatever it was, minor or big, and I would say, I'm sorry, you know, and he would look at me and he would just, one time he said to me, and this is a word that resonated with me, there you go, Tana, use it in a sentence, was that he said to me, you know, every time you say I'm sorry, it means just forget what I just did. He goes, I don't want to hear you say I'm sorry. Your sorries mean nothing to me. Tana's sorries mean nothing to me at this point, okay? And I don't think she really cares about her platform. I don't get the impression that she's coming back anytime soon, honestly. And you know, when she says that she doesn't want to come back to her platform until she's like she's changed and she's deserving of a platform, then does that mean social media as well? Instagram, Snapchat, all those things? Because you're problematic on Twitter. She was getting on Twitter last night answering people. I mean, girl, put your video up and don't come on. She's answering all these people on Twitter about what was going on. And I was like, here we go, you know? So anyway, then I want to talk about this guy Malcolm's video. He sent it to me, and the video only has like 137 views on it right now. The video is called Tana Mongeau's apology video, but I count every jump cut also exposing her. And I will link it in the comment section below. And I just wanted to read you what he put at the very end of this, because he counted every single jump cut. He said, let's go over some final stats. Tana's apology video is 14 minutes and 40 seconds long. That makes 887 seconds of video. Divide that by 231 jump cuts, okay, of an honest apology video with a 10 plus margin, he said. That equates to one jump cut per 3.84 seconds in this video. I seriously, every 3 to 4 seconds, there's a jump cut in this video. There were literally times where she's like, I really apologize to Simply. I mean, it was like so uncomfortable to watch. Plus, she was posed like this, and if you watch it, like, and when it comes, like, she jump cuts, it like moves a little bit. So it's like, it's not, why can't you just get on camera and be real with your people? I just don't understand it. Okay, and then these are some of the things I thought about the video. It was super fast. She was like, she seems so pissed in this video. She seems so mad, like, I'm so bitter I have to make this video. This was not Tana Mongeau on any day of the week. It just wasn't, okay? Sitting here in this bedroom, and what were those cans in the background? Why didn't you just clean up the background just a little bit? Did you want it to just kind of look casual? Is that somebody? This was so staged. I mean, it just was so staged, right? Of course, she's in her bedroom doing this video. She's got this huge mansion, and she does it, you know, in the bedroom. It was obviously scripted. The pearl necklace was too much for me. So these are some of the things that she said in the video. She said she's sorry and disgusted for every apology video that she's ever made. Okay, I don't, that's a lot. She's done a lot of apology videos. It was interesting to me that she didn't say something to that Michael person who, if you watch the documentary that he filmed on Amazon, you can go over there and watch it, TanaCon the Truth. Whew, worst 2 hours of my entire life. But she absolutely ruined him. Okay, I mean, he had to go into bankruptcy and like lost $700,000 and whatever. I've never heard her take any responsibility on camera for that. Okay, and I don't think she paid him back for that money, which would probably be like, I don't know, a sponsorship for Tana Mongeau. But anyway, she says she's acted like a coward. No, girl, this is cowardly, is what it is. Okay. You throwing your hair back in a ponytail, sitting on video, okay, when everybody has gone for your house for an hour, if that's even possible, that you can't be around people that much. It's just, it's so weird to me. But like, okay, so get rid of everybody out of your house, sit down with your thoughts out by the pool for like an hour, sit there and just really think, what have I done? Like, what would I say to my fans if I was one of my fans? Like, not because later she says she always just tries to get people to like her, but in really trying to own this. Like, if I was a fan of Tana Mongeau's and people really loved me, like, what would I want to hear? And can I say that? Do I really believe that, you know? Because there was no point to do this, okay? Everybody's gonna dissect it. Everybody's gonna piece it apart. It's literally, Laura Lee can now step aside and have some grace because this is hands down the worst apology video. And while we're talking about it, Laura Lee has gotten a lot of crap for that apology video. Jeffree Star's 2 apology videos were absolutely ridiculous. Shane Dawson, I don't even know what that was, okay? But nobody makes all these, I mean, there's been a few parody videos of the Jeffree Star ones and stuff, but these people did not get the negativity directed towards them that, I mean, for other things they are, but not for the apology video like Laura did. You know, like, I don't know. And this is just all of these scripted videos. And I put up last night, conspiracy theory. Shane Dawson, I didn't say Shane Dawson, but that's what I meant. Shane Dawson's not working on a horror film. He wrote this apology, because this apology is bad. And it very much felt to me like Shane Dawson's apology. It was like the same person wrote both of them. Which I'm sure she has no idea who to call, so she probably did call Shane Dawson for this, which why makes no sense. So anyway, it's cowardly because she can't just get on and talk to her people without having to have a script. That's why it's cowardly. She says she wants to shape the youth in far better ways than she watched growing up because of who she watched. And I don't know if that means no social media, like I said. But here's the thing is, how do you completely change your channel and be somebody that is, I don't know, like, impactful to the youth that's watching you without losing everything that you have? I mean, you built your channel on being reckless. I mean, you built your channel on being provocative and, all that kind of stuff, and lies, absolute one lie after another, and hurting people and not really caring. Like, how do you continue to build your channel or build your platform if you don't do what you always, I mean, are you reinventing yourself and now you're going to be, I don't know, some therapeutic guru on YouTube? Because she starts teaching at the end of this video and then she lectures everybody. So, I don't know. This will be interesting to see what she does going forward. Then she says something about the way that she grew up, and she's talking about her values and morals. And I'm like, girl, like, I'm so tired of that excuse on YouTube. Like, there are millions of young people out there that have it 100 times, million times worse than Tana Monn ever had it growing up. I mean, there are kids out there that, like, have no parents because they were born they were orphaned at birth, okay? That there are kids out there that have no clean water, that have no food to eat, okay, or housing. There are kids out there that, like, I mean, it's on and on and on. And Tana Monn, I'm sure that her life maybe growing up wasn't the best ever, but, like, there are millions of people out there that are thriving and grew up in really toxic, horrible environments, and they're thriving today. They're thriving, okay? Not to mention, you grew up in this horrible environment and you were handed this platform, which she takes accountability for. I mean, she does. This was the thing about the whole YouTube video, the whole apology video, was that if it wasn't scripted and she said what she said in the video in her own language, it would have been much different. It would have been very, very real. If she would have sat on there and said, hey, you guys, listen, I just didn't have the greatest upbringing. I just didn't. And that's no excuse. Like, hey, I made it here, right? And God, I got lucky on YouTube and got this life beyond my wildest dreams. I don't know, but that's all because of you guys watching me out there. And then for me to act like an ass and be completely undeserving of all of this, and then, like, to Colin and Nessa, like, I don't even know, I was so disrespectful, to go in there and just to have a real conversation about the things she says, like, I would have bought it in there. But to sit there and say, like, if I ever blah, 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 performative action, blah, 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 microaggressions, I'm so sorry. Like, no, girl. Like, that, just talk on camera to your people. Like, it's disrespectful to your fans. It's disrespectful to Colin Berry. It's disrespectful to Simplyness. It's disrespectful to all the other people out there that you're apologizing to. It's not my apology to take, okay? But to all of them that you've offended out there, it's disrespectful to do the scripted apology. It means nothing. If somebody called me up and read me an apology that was scripted, I'd be like, can you just talk to me as a real person for a second? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. So anyway, okay, wait. She says the only lesson she's learned in her life is that when she's in the wrong, she needed to make people like her again. Okay, well, we get that now. That's a good learning experience. But see, this is yet again, if she had said that and she was just really talking, like, you guys, you know what? Like, I'm so screwed up. Like, everything I've done in my life, I've done because I wanted people to like me. I get that. Okay, I get that, girl. We all want validation, Like, most of us do. I do, But to sit there and say, the only lesson I've learned, I mean, it felt like such a political, you know, speech that you'd see like in an advertisement, or it felt like very beauty pageant to me. It just was ridiculous. She couldn't just talk. Like if she just talked and not read a script, I don't know. It would, my opinion would be much different about this. And then she said regarding the tweets, she didn't, you know, like putting that out there, how much hate inside of her to put that out into the world. So at least she's acknowledging that she didn't use that word, acknowledge. Accountability she used about 1,000 times. But at least she's acknowledging that she has realized how much hate and anger she has inside of her and that she's put that into tweets out there in the world. The thing is, do you realize what a snowball effect that has? You know, I was talking in my video, I've talked about it in my last 2 videos, about how in the Hank Green book that I'm reading, Something Foolish Endeavor, it's the sequel to his first book. But anyway, he goes in there and he talks about, you know, like with a lot of these, like, you know, influencers, like it's a character that's talking about this because he gets in trouble on Twitter. And he said, you know, like people look at your old tweets and then they compare them and then they retweet them and then they like them. And then all of a sudden you're forced into the corner to make an apology, basically, or to say F you and get on the offensive, okay? He said the good people like make an apology and then they're supposed to just surrender away, right? But ultimately what happens no matter what you do is, well, it's more of the people that go on the offensive, but ultimately what happens is your stands start fighting, okay? And everybody in these communities start fighting each other. And this is what's happened, okay, as a result of all of this. That Tana Mojo had one tweet, she puts out a tweet, and then it's all these people arguing with each other, okay? Emotional roller coasters, people that, like, cannot handle toxicity, people that are sitting at home that have nobody to talk to, and they're all of a sudden in this Twitter war, and they're on this emotional roller coaster. Tana, do you realize that the responsibility that goes along with that, how many people you might have affected when they're going to school in the morning, or, you know, the way that, like, how they, I don't know, it's so much. I don't even think she really realizes the impact that she has. And then she goes in here and she talks about Colin Berry, and she talks about Simplyness, and that's when she talks about performatism and racism and microaggressions. And like I said, that's not my apology to accept, but I would like to know what you guys think about that. And do you think she truly understands what she's talking about? Because to apologize for something, you have to truly understand it, right? And I don't know that she truly understands it. And then she said when she started reading about microaggressions, and I'm like, girl, were you reading the book White Fragility, or were you sitting there, like, Googling this stuff on Wikipedia? Like, you know, like, are you reaching out to people and really asking them what that means and how it has affected them in their lives and trying to learn from that? Or what's that education process look like for you? You know, I think that would be interesting. Not only that, but that would educate people, okay? And instead of going in this learning curve of telling people analogies about a bus that you don't even understand, because she does that next, okay? Why don't you tell us what you've been doing to educate yourselves, and then maybe some of us can do that as well, and then we'll learn from you, you know? Because there are some really great books out there right now about all of this, and are getting a lot of really needed attention. So why don't you explain to us what those things are that you're doing, and then that would be educational to your audience as well, since you say you want to be impactful on things. So then it becomes a teaching lesson, and I'm like, girl, no, every single time, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star, Tana Mojo now, every single time they make an apology video, I know, I take my glasses off a million times, they're readers, but it always becomes a teaching lesson, okay? Like, it's such a bad look. You need to just remain the student in that moment, okay? Like, that's not a moment for you to be a teacher. And for people that don't really understand that, let me give you an analogy, since you used that word, okay? Imagine you're sitting in the class, and you're a student in the class, and you're being taught something that you don't understand, okay? You're literally in the moment learning it. Like, you're in French, okay? And you're learning how to conjugate verbs. And in the middle of it, you stand up, and you walk to the teacher, and you go, sit down, I'm gonna teach this. And you have no idea what you're my pearls. You have no idea what you're talking about, right? No. Sit down. It's your time to learn right now. It's not your time to be the teacher. Maybe down the road, you can sit on there and you can say, these are the things I've learned. But not now. Not now. Now's not the time to be the teacher. I've had to be the student many, many times in my life. And, you know, there's learning experiences from that as well. Then she goes on to talk about Simplyness. Okay, you can tell she really still has issues with Simplyness, and she doesn't really want to take any kind of responsibility for it. She says they were fighting like catty arguments like 16-year-old girls, but you're not. You're 22 years old, so this happened when you were between 20 and 21. Girl, just take some, like, you want to take responsibility, take responsibility. Then, this is the statement right here, okay? That where you can realize that Tana Monn has absolutely no understanding of what she's talking about. She says, I take responsibility for my microaggressions, and then she claims her white privilege. But then she goes on to say that there was never a time she treated Nessa differently based on the color of her skin that she was aware of, okay? However, if Nessa feels that she did, then she takes responsibility, okay? You do not understand this, Tana. Okay, you don't understand. You're not listening to what Nessa is saying to you. If you truly listened to what Nessa was saying to you and you took that in and you evaluated that, okay, as a human being that acted a certain way towards another human being, then maybe you would have understood that. But there's blockage that's happening right there that you are refusing to see that because you still have issues with Nessa. And I don't know if that was aware, anybody else could see that, but I could definitely see that, okay? And the thing is it's not just, hey, you say that you had microaggressions towards me, I'm going to own it and take responsibility for it. You don't learn from that. You have, it would be better to say, I don't see it, Nessa. Explain it to me from your point of view. Like, seriously? Like, let's have a conversation because I'm not getting something. And if she doesn't get it in this moment that she's making the apology for it, why is she making an apology? Why is she apologizing for something that she doesn't understand? That then she's going to continue to further do because she doesn't understand it. Like, you can't apologize for something that you don't understand. Maybe this wasn't the time for it. Maybe we should have had a much longer overdue apology down the road when she truly did understand this. I am sweating bullets in this sweatshirt, y'all. Then she apologizes to fans, and she goes into this weird voice that I was talking about. That voice where she mocks herself, okay? But I felt like it was kind of mocking apology videos, too. Then she says she wants to make a difference in a way that, okay, this is where it was like this. I want to make a difference in a way that is impactful and positive. What'd she say? Wait, I want to make a difference in a way that is positive, impactful, not performative, and disruptive. This is my last apology video I'm ever gonna make. Okay, mic drop. When I saw that, I was like, girl. Okay, now, either somebody wrote this for her and she doesn't understand what she's saying because it either means, like, I'm gonna behave so well in the future that I'm not gonna have to make another apology video. Okay, one. Or it means, like she talks about in every vlog that she makes, she'll just take accountability for it. The next one, well, that's an apology video. Okay, so you're just going to constantly be apologizing for the things you did in your last video. She'll take accountability for it right when it happens. Okay, I think that's great, you know. I mean, that's how I choose to live my life today. I think that's great, right? If she does it, we'll see. Because that's how, when you put these statements out there, like these never and always statements and what you're going to do going forward, don't forget with the TanaCon situation, don't forget with situations before that, Tana got in video and she said she wanted to be a better role model for the youth. That never happened. We never saw that happen, okay? We're still not seeing it happen. So she said it, but listen, okay? I'm more about the walk than the talk, Tana, okay? So I want to see it. So anyway, you know, and then she goes on here and then, girl. Then she's going to educate the world on voting, okay, and getting real political. You know, which, hey, I think everybody should vote. It's your right to vote in the United States, you know. I absolutely agree with what she's, you know, saying about get out there and go vote and register to vote and all that kind of stuff, okay? But at the same time, it's like, why are you taking this moment to turn this into a political dissertation? I don't understand, and quite frankly, it's like so unnerving in that moment to watch this, and then she completely deflects. When she even says in the video that she's always apologize and deflect, apologize and deflect. I'm so sorry for all of this that I've done. Oh, and by the way, this is what you need to go do. Girl, you don't get it. Like, she doesn't get it at all. And you know, honestly, I don't think she cares. I really don't. Like, I was watching this video and I thought, she's done with YouTube. She doesn't care about YouTube. This is the thing with her and Shane. I think Jeffrey is more concerned about the power and being on top and all this kind of stuff, so he'll keep on doing YouTube videos and he doesn't care anyway. But I don't think she cares. I think a lot of these YouTubers are like, F it, I don't care if I have my YouTube anymore. I got enough money. I'll do something else. I've invested it. They probably all invested in things they can live the rest of their life. She probably would never have to make another video and she'd be just fine. Hell, she never makes videos anyway, you know? I don't know. I'm worn out by it. And it was too much for a Saturday afternoon. But you know what? You just go on and you be too much, okay? Go buy one of my Be Too Much t-shirts in my merch shop. Because I'm not that rich that I could just retire and never make videos again. So anyway, good luck with your bad life, Tana. And you think this will be the end of it? You think we'll see another video from Tana? I don't know that we'll see another video from her that's an apology video. She said this is the last apology video she's ever going to make. Anyway, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.